Whoops. How's it going? Nice to be back. Gonna do some game coverage with Cherez today. Just give us a second to get it set up. Do do. It'll just be a second. Oh, looks good. Oh, I didn't change the title. Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Hey.
can you hear me?
uh, yeah, I can hear you. Sounds good. I'm also a little bit tired, so like this'll be fun. We'll devolve into we'll point out all of Vexer's misplays here and how how
Exactly.
he could have how
Yeah,
have
he's
you
he's
been?
a he's a gold scrub right now. What does he know about the game, right?
Yeah,
He's a
like
gold crown scrub.
what's going on? And you like using the default Shadow Mage like
Yep,
emoji? Like I don't yeah. This guy must be new. Like
yep.
I guess he's beaten Colby. I don't know. No.
How you finished your
Playing
matchup for the week? For
I have not. I
Hmm.
just I'm letting my fungal dwarfs down. I think I don't know. I summoned Thune and Thune got hit 6 dice in the face
Oh no.
immediately by a warrior, and it's just like one of those games where it's like I don't know how I would do it different, but I definitely feel like I should have done it different. Like
I definitely know. That's a great way of describing it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like you don't know where
yeah.
you went wrong, but something went wrong. And you're not. Yeah.
Something went wrong. And I mean, and that's almost like an encouraging feeling for Summoner Wars, because like usually that feeling is like I want to play it again. But I'm still stuck in the middle of that. Like I need to finish this game before I can want to play the next game. And now it's and I sort of
Okay.
since the season ends, I feel like I'm just like taking a few days off of games so I don't like start to burn out or
Burnout.
something.
Uh,
Yeah.
I could see that. Did you try to push the last few days for some cool medals, or uh, how did that end up working for you?
I did not very well. Her grad in chat saying orange. Give me. hmm, Uh, so I'm using a video card right now,
Mhm.
and it's not working amazing. Okay, Hergrata, let me know if it is it less orange now. Is it still orange? Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I need a better capture card. I don't know how to like I can change the hue of what it looks. It just looks gross. How does it look now, Hergrata? Still orange. What was I saying? Yeah, the orange is fine. Yeah, it's not ideal though. All right, let's have sorry, I just ignored your question. Let's have some fun here. Ooh, green, yellow, red.
It does look very orange.
See,
That's actually really funny. Oh,
I have no solutions. Like, okay, wait, no, I can. Oh, I think I can like desaturate it a little bit. Okay, so now it's just like kind of grayer. Is that better? It's just kind of more boring.
yeah, it is definitely a little bit better, but yeah, it is more boring
The,
than the.
is that like is that easier to look at?
Yeah, I think it is.
You think?
I love
Okay.
it. I love it.
I'll get there one day. What was I saying? With badges, yeah, I sort of messed up. I don't well, I think I got the top 10 custom,
Mhm.
uh, but like I'm like top 9% swamp orcs and 15% shadow elves and 11% wayfarers. So like
So on the cusp. I'm on the
yeah, and
cusp.
8% base. I think it was like Monday or something because the season reset on Thursday, and
Mhm,
I was just like, I'm like 100 ELO from top 10. Like,
mhm.
can you just make
That's
it
not
flash all the colors constantly? Oh, yeah. What about yourself? Did you have games in the queue or anything?
Not really. I've just been playing some 14 day games. I'm having currently a rivalry with. So me and Bean are in the same group for
Ooh,
the
yeah.
league games,
Yeah.
and we were both tied. And then Bean this week has won both his games, so I'm feeling more pressure to now win both my games. Um,
Yeah,
and then
let's
have
look
it
at that.
all come down to the.
Massimo messaged me. Is
Mhm.
maybe I should, but he was like, "Oh, like a Prophet's like lost two already. Like you've got a chance this season." It's like, shut up! Like don't say that. Like I don't. Now I'm like thinking it. Like I just need to. I can't. Especially since I'm like taking a break. It's just like I just need to not think too
Not
hard
think
about
about.
turns. Yeah. I can just go insane with that. What do you say with beans? Who did you
Or
guys vote
Division
for
4,
on
because I came from Division
Division
5, and I think
4?
he deranked.
And he dropped down. Yeah, like the divisions 2 and 3 are kind of crazy here. Oh, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. How's it going? What's your what got you into how should I say your name? What N1K2? What got you into Summoner Wars? What are you into these days? Have you tried out the new factions, Crimson Order? Um, I can't even say them. Crimson Order and the goats, whatever. They're goats. Apparently Crimson Order
Yes,
was
that's what
called
it's called.
the Baron Damer was called Count Spooky in playtesting, so I think that's just what I have to call him. Uh, forever. I don't think I voted on the. Did you vote for any of your favorite cards in Crimson Order Mountain Vargath?
No, I just started playing
Yeah,
them, so once
yeah,
I play a little
me
bit more.
neither. I played with my friend yesterday a bit, and like he ended up we found a glitch to like have multiple game like you can get multiple of the same matchup games like very easily with only one link, and so we had 7 games of Crimson Order versus Fallen Kingdom going at the same time, and
Amazing.
we just played them all at the same time, and just like going from one to one. That was a lot of
Now
fun.
I see why you're burnt out. But yeah, that sounds like awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, sorry, I'm just rambling here. Um, we should. So yeah, you want to do the format for like spend 5 minutes, think about a fungal dwarf's turn, and then go or
Mhm.
something, or how you want to do it? Same thing.
I think same thing works. Or we can probably do.
Okay.
You want to do 5 minutes or 3 minutes? I'm happy with either.
Uh, what do you prefer?
Let's do 3 minutes to,
All right, let's
so
do it.
that we. Yeah. I'm down. I'm down. Or if you want to do 5 minutes, we can.
No.
Or
Let's. Oh, like we can. This will be like the casual. Like come up with the worst play possible. Like I don't know. Yeah, sounds good. I will. Let's do your first turn then. And yeah, and happy to chat about other things as well. We don't need to like just stick to the game and whatnot. All right, I'll start a timer. I'll see you in
I'm
three
really
minutes.
liking birds actually. Also, like Shen Kai saying in chat. Swapworks, I need to play more, but or do you see the chat?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
If you found the game 6 months ago, awesome. Then I bought it and fell in love with it. Played it with sister most of the time. That's so cool. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that are online these days like have mostly only played it online. Like they found the game, they loved it, and they've just played it online. And like I was also lucky. Like I just had a group of friends that played the game in person with me for a while. So like it's great to the online community is amazing, but like just getting some experience like in person, like it's just such a good vibe. Just like sitting across from someone and playing a game of Summoner Wars. Yeah, glad to have you here. All right, let's do a turn. I'm starting a timer.
Sounds good.
And I'll mute yourself. Favorite factions are Birds and swamp orcs. That's an interesting too. Yeah, yeah, the birds are fun, just all the movement and whatnot. Do you like to go like a super aggressive birds, or you like to sit back and chill sort of birds? Um, I don't love the Swamp Orcs of the game that I play tend to be the interesting ones. Yeah, everything it's just ride or die with Swamp Orcs. So, uh, yeah, you get it or you don't. Screen, it does look very red. You know, maybe it's like not. I think it's yeah. Let me see. If I just turn on, I think yeah, my computer has night shift on. Okay, this will improve it. There we go. We're not red anymore. um, I'm sorry, I'm not thinking about a turn at all. We'll just have Cherez tell us what the turn is. Okay, so maybe finally not red. Yeah, so it's the fact that I had my computer and my light on. Um, okay, so I can turn off desaturation. See, is this too blue right now? Like, to be honest, when you look at the screen, like, is it like a little bit blue, like standing out at you? I'm gonna saturate it just like a little bit orange. I'm putting like 5 points of orange, so it's a little bit because like I feel like I've been looking at my videos and they've been a little bit blue. Okay, I need to pretend like I'm doing this activity. Um, just 1 second. I have a minute to think of a turn. Um, easy. It's already there. I already have a turn sitting in front of me. I don't. It seems okay. It doesn't seem too blue or anything. You like to rush in and dive bomb type of birds. Yeah, if I want to go slow, I love Vanguards. I love the Vanguards too. Yeah, I think it was Donald on like the Plaid Hat podcast, just like I only play birds, and it's like either you're gonna die or I'm gonna die, and no middle ground. Gonna be an assassination. Uh, see, I want to place a gate. There's so many things I want to do here, and I can't do any of them. Like I want to go up and place a gate here. I want to try to infect this carrier. I feel like placing the gate might take priority. That's not really safe. This is honestly a really scary matchup for Cool Duck. Um, Maybe just here and here and here and put a gate here would be fine. It's sort of debatable. It's going to be a very loud noise if this timer is ever allowed to go off. And we're done. That's time. I
Sounds good.
just don't know if I have play. What's your play? Let me put you on the spot.
So it's more a collection of ideas, and
Yeah,
the idea
yeah,
is
yeah,
basically: do we push this carrier up, or do we just put it in the back and like because we
yeah,
what are the
yeah, yeah,
odds he
yeah.
has another one of his own carriers in his hand, and then just has two carriers next turn because we pushed up our carrier. Um, so I think what I would probably do is honestly, it's maybe a little bit too aggressive. I'm not the best. I haven't
Yeah,
played too
yeah.
much Fungal Dwarf player, but probably just summon the mage in front of the gate. Push back the carrier, push forward the beast, um,
Okay.
and then maybe mage +1 the courier, and then just attack with the beast, attack with the mage and the archer, and that would be my turn. But I guess the question, because the hard part about this matchup, right, is do you expose your couriers or not? And you tried to, I think, as low as possible do it. Carriers, sorry, yeah, spore
Yeah, which
carriers.
is so antithetical to like the fungal dwarves plan.
Well,
So it's
well,
hard. And then do you think are you throwing down that gate?
yes, I think there, especially against Fallen Kingdoms, you do need some type of protection for Kaldak. I guess the question is where. Um,
Yeah.
um, hmm. I don't know. Maybe I guess on the far left, you just have it like on
On the far left. I was thinking of that too. Yeah.
because I think with fungal dwarves you also like a lot of times with some factions I like only having one space between gates, but I think with fungal dwarves you want a blob, right? So you probably want more than one. um,
Yeah, yeah. And normally, like as far as gate placements go. Hey Beans, how's it going? As far as gate placement goes, like a lot of times I like to like move up two spaces with Cool Doc and like drop a gate to the left of him.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can see the stream. Are you? Can you see the arrows I'm drawing and whatnot?
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. But like I don't really see a way to make that work right now. Like it's scary in this matchup because it's just like Cool
Hmm.
Doc could die at any point if
Yeah,
you
it's
can
the
do
next turn.
that. Like sometimes you gotta take that risk, but
Hmm.
uh, um, yeah, this is
I
tough
mean, if he
because
has,
like
sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, exactly. Like if he has Blood Summon and two Skeleton Warriors, like you're almost dead next turn. Like, so it's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and like, and another opening is like you try to infect this carrier, so I could move this carrier back, move the beast up, move Cooldock up, like attack my own carrier, and now like this carrier is infectable, and that's like really great against like Tundra Orcs or something that just have a 3 health unit sitting here. But like against other carriers, it's like, well, it's not really that valuable stealing this spot because they're just gonna steal it right back.
Yeah.
So eh, I'm at a loss. I think there's a reason I'm losing my matchup right now. Yeah, I like your play because your play. Did you move the carrier only to the left one spot, or did you want to send it back a spot too?
I'd probably put it back. Hmm. Not sure actually. It's interesting. I could see
Yeah,
a reason for both.
I
Um,
mean, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I like it
back
just in
to.
general. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go on. Oh,
I
okay.
like that just in general. Oh, sorry, it must be like a delay on my microphone or something. That like you're only exposing like high health units
Mhm.
here, because like I was thinking of like maybe summoning another carrier, but I like the mage feels like it's just gonna die, but now you don't have like 2 health units in the front that are immediately gonna
I think
get
there's also something to be said about. Yeah, 100%.
yeah
And I think the other thing is, I think similar to against End Goblins, against Fallen Kingdoms, especially when they have all their units, all their spells up. You don't want to clump like you want like a straight horizontal or vertical line is much more preferred um, than having like a staggered position because then if they are able to summon a cultist and then explode it, it just feels really bad. Uh,
yeah
you don't want to give like super value to that. Um, so line
yeah
formations are good against fallen kingdoms, I guess. That's my point.
yeah.
Okay, I'm curious what he does. Should we?
Yeah, I guess so. I never really asserted a play. I don't.
Or
It's
sorry.
tough. No, like I don't. I literally just don't have a play. Like yeah, I think probably like some iteration. I think probably like the gate where you put the gate in like A2 or whatever is like where it would
Mhm.
end up. With everything. And are you hearing me all right and everything? Okay.
I hear you fine on Discord.
You feel it? Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Um. Yeah. Let's just see what they do. Carrier in the back. See, this is I keep seeing them do this, but like it really does feel like you want to turn those carriers into beasts. So this is very similar to what you were doing.
Mm.
Kill it, maybe. I don't
Yeah, I
think you
didn't
said
summon the
kill
other
that
carrier.
carrier.
Yeah, yeah. That
You
makes
didn't
sense to be
summon
in the
the.
carrier in the back. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, I don't normally do this because I'm like this carrier. I'm just like, what the heck? It's gonna become a beast, and then it's gonna take like 8 moves to like go
Exactly to get us to
anywhere.
the front.
And I'm not a fan of that.
Mhm.
But um, I could
I get,
if there's ever a matchup, it might be this one.
true. I think the other thing is I'm not sure in this matchup when you push up or not. Oh, that's an unfortunate carrier hit.
Yeah.
Oh no, poor memory SF. Oh, I almost spoiled myself. Two
Oh.
terrible
Yeah.
rolls in a row.
Yeah. Okay. You watching the Fallen Kingdom one as well?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
No. I'll watch it too. All right. So we had the other carrier in the hand as Fallen Kingdom. Um. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. And at least we got the infect. Yeah, it just Or like the crazy thing about this matchup is that just undead carriers are king against, and they win against sport carriers.
Yep.
In chat, Agrada realizing like two more games and you're getting into 20% trophy. I feel that, definitely feel that. Also really like Savannah Elves, fun playing around boost. Yeah, I always love the boost decks. Like I'm a big fan of like just every growth deck. I mean, I love Fungal Dwarves for that. I see why you like Swamp Orcs for that too. But yeah, another 3 minutes on this one.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what
Our
you do.
hand is very interesting. About
Yeah, come up with some very creative uses of it. I
double
don't know what. All
demand.
right, yeah, all right. I'm clicking the timer. I'll see it.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, it's funny how like different personalities just like tend to appeal to different types of decks and whatnot. Um, this sucks. We have we have carriers. That's good. Um, like I'm tempted to go there. That's bad. Yeah, I think that that's just something I'm not seeing in this matchup. I mean, honestly, I think we just sit here. I think I move this carrier here, so it's just like in a spot that I like. I could have it transform this turn with a symbiotic and that mage. I don't want that to happen though. We discarded stim shrooms. We didn't talk about that. Stim shrooms discarded. Makes sense. Do they hold anything else? Sorry, what was that first hand? They held release the spores. Interesting. Um, yeah. I'd probably just like summon a mage and shoot or something. Beans, how y'all doing in League this week? Yeah, my I feel like my Fallen Kingdom game's going all right. My Fungal Dwarfs game is in the gutter. How about you? Anything anything crazy going on? Cherez was talking about you guys are like facing off or something. I forget exactly what he said. Yeah, you guys are in the same one. Yeah, you guys are like neck and neck. Oh boy. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I just sit here and shoot things. I probably play a symbiotic healing just to get one health on this beast because it's gonna take a damage at the end of the turn, so I can put a boost on it right now. Sure, why not? I would have discarded the release spores from the previous turn. Um, and we have another mage. So we can have two different mages that are boosting things. Uh, Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this setup. I'm pretty happy with just sitting back and shooting and whatnot. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. And honestly, I would probably like if this was my game, I'd probably just discard both demands. Like, I don't know what my plan is. Like, I think the plan is just like big beefy units to deal with the carriers. Um, yeah, I struggle to know my game plan for this matchup. I'd probably discard the releases for us too. All right, that's time.
Sounds good.
Uh, I can. So I didn't really come up with more than like I'm just gonna put a mage next to Cool Doc and then just like do 3 attacks and like also move the carrier 2 spots to the left. Like I don't really see much of a better setup than like what we already have, and um I don't know. I would like discard most of these events. I might play
Uh,
Symbiotic on the Beast.
mhm.
Yeah,
I think we're on the same page there. I think it's hard to really push up knowing that he can just summon Red can just summon a carrier next turn. Even if you kill the carrier's going back next turn into the same spot basically. So might as well just chip away at it from far. And have, like you said, high health units in front of it so that they can't just be one shot by carriers unless they equipped or use an event. Um,
yeah.
I'm with you. I think
No weird like release the spores demand something something.
I was thinking about potentially pushing up Kaldak and but then like and then using spores in front of the gate, but then you're just basically gambling for your
Yeah,
spore carrier not to die to the next carrier.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
worth it.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah, I guess the question, like, if the beast gets the infect on the big carrier, you think you take it?
mm, hmm,
If these are your three attacks, here's the three units.
I don't think so. I
You
don't
don't
think
think
it's worth
so?
it.
I might like, I mean, especially since it's earlier in the game and they didn't necessarily draw a carrier. No, they could just raise a carrier. I don't know. Like because I like not giving them that spot. Maybe like I would see if I kill the other two first, or like if I kill the other carrier, and let's say I
Mhm.
do kill the entire board. Yeah, it's still tough because it's like that's just a free carrier that I'm giving them. That's so bad. God, how do you play this matchup?
Yeah, he just summons another carrier, and then there's a good chance he just kills and has two.
Yeah,
Like he
and
just resummons them both basically.
you know, Vexer kept this release the spores in hand from the previous turn too, which like
Mhm.
I would have sent it, especially in this matchup. Like I don't know.
How many? He doesn't have any more beasts. If he had another beast, there's an argument to just releasing the spores behind you and just trying to grow as many beasts behind you as possible. Just you only use release the spores like in a place they cannot reach it. Like normally use it for like defense or to do something. For this
Yeah,
matchup, you just try to get as many beasts as possible.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is also interesting. Like I'd be so curious if like we had like supercomputers for this. If this is like a game where both sides should like heavily discard for beasts and for carriers on the Fallen Kingdom side. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
because I know playing from Fallen Kingdom side, both against you and then also my current league matchup, which is going fine, but still, for the first few turns, I only had two carriers, and that was very frustrating. Because if you had like three, you can like it's so many more moves you can do, and so many more cool
yeah,
things you can
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Back to your watch. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
let's do
Yeah.
it.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
No. Yeah. I had the same move
It's
as you
just
did. That's all I was gonna say. Yeah.
yeah, good stuff. Um, we're not okay. We damaged the carrier. We only moved it over one spot. I would have done two, but okay.
Mm. Yeah, I agree with you. He pushes the mage up, which is
Yeah,
interesting. I think again because he doesn't want some type of uh
yeah,
it's I think lions are better against fallen kingdoms if possible. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
poor he gets a
Um,
purge. What's he purging?
get
Interesting. Double purge?
let's see
What?
it.
Oh, what did he double purge?
There's two purges.
Double.
Sorry, I'm behind a little bit.
Oh, sorry. No, he
No,
purges
you're
both his
good.
carrier.
Oh
I guess
yeah,
because he
yeah.
doesn't have another. Oh, I see. Do I see? No.
Is
Oh.
he killing? Oh, is he? I think he's trying to assassinate that carrier. No, he's not. I thought he was gonna move the archer back two spaces to like stop that carrier from blossoming.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just a board wipe. Like nothing wrong with that.
No, agreed.
I'll
I just
take
was
that.
expecting him to. Yeah, he just probably doesn't have another carrier in his discard pile. So
Yeah,
it's a cool play. I
yeah.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's interesting.
Uh, yeah, good stuff. And then I would have expected just to try to have more carriers out, but I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, wiping the board is good. Uh, they held both demands and released the spores. This is like I hate it when someone who's really good does this because it makes me like reevaluate my life choices. Like, well, what's going on there? How do you?
Well, I think he probably didn't think he was gonna get board wiped, and he probably thought I have a unit advantage on the board, even if he has some couriers, some high health units. So might
Yeah,
as well just
yeah,
get. Sometimes it's just better to just get as much value as you can, even if it's lower value. Like sometimes the value of a card is less. Discarding a card is less valuable than like one magic is less valuable than actually using a card, and I guess you have to make that assessment based off board state, etc. Even if you have
yeah,
redundancies, right?
yeah.
Especially like in this
Um,
matchup where I guess fungal dwarves are trying to aim for like you probably are going to win late if you're going to win this. Um, or yeah,
yeah, yeah. Good stuff. I guess next turn.
Sounds good.
Let's do it. All right, 3 minutes, and let's go. Let's see. Okay, I changed this. This is the right turn. First episode of Discard for Magic came out a few days ago recently. I listened to it. It's very good. Colby just talks a lot about like his process and like how he got started in the industry, and like it's just really interesting to hear about. He teased something. They teased something for the Storm Goblins that sounds like very cool. It's very awesome that like Colby just always seems to love whatever the next deck is gonna be. I mean that seems like just like you're in a good spot as a designer if like you just love whatever's coming out next. Um, wish I could do some more. I saw them move Cool Doc there. um, so I'm gonna copy that. Well, no, I promise I'm thinking for myself here. What if we summon a carrier, move Cool Doc there, move that carrier there, move this carrier there? Um, um, wouldn't I rather get this mage involved? Um, since now like my demands attack is like one and then like two, but if I did it a little bit better, it could be multiple kills. How many spores can I release? I can release one spore, so that's not worth it. So I'm still holding these freaking release the spores, even though I'm getting nothing out of them. Um, I can move a spore over there, but yeah, it's not gonna be able to get enough value. Um, feels like I need to do that as like a blocker for Cruel Doc. No, I'm not a fan. I mean, I do like their play of just carrier here. Yeah, I mean, let's just say that. Let's just call that our play. And then hopefully we'll infect both of these things. See how that goes for us. The Plaid Hat podcast is very interesting too. Um, they had a good one too. They teased the faction that just came out, but they also teased the Grokes and the Forged, and they both sound very cool. Recommend checking that out. I love podcasts. Let's call it. All right, that'll do it for me.
Mhm.
What sort of stuff you come up with there?
Um, I guess the question is, I think this is a relatively. Do you kill the warrior, or you try to kill the warrior, or are you just killing the archer? I guess is the main thing. Like, do you go for the
Hmm.
value play, try to do the carrier demands, double hit the mage and the beast on the warrior, um, or do you play a bit more passively, but then summon the other carrier behind the gate, and then you get a free boost from demand? Um, hmm. I guess I would honestly just go for the warrior play. Push the carrier up. Maybe summon another carrier behind your 10 hit health gate. Um, push Kaldak below the beast or below the carrier, and then uh, the mage. The mage is a tricky one. I think you just realize it's lost. I can see the argument for
Yeah.
pushing it back and eventually sacrificing it, but um,
Yeah, yeah.
because it's definitely turning
Is
into a carrier next turn. So maybe you just want to get rid of it. Um,
is your four boost carrier going two spaces up or up and to the left?
uh, I'm getting rid of this warrior, so probably two spaces up. But I can definitely see the argument for, if you want to play a bit more passive. I definitely can see the argument for carrier right next to the 5 health gate. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I like it.
I
I mean,
guess.
it seems like the demand is paying off, so I see why they held it.
Mhm. How about you?
Yeah.
What was your idea?
Well, yeah, like similar thing. I don't cool deck's sort of exposed, but and I mean I was also spoiled as to what the what Vexer did is to move cool deck to the left and back, and so it was hard to get that out of my head. But it's like,
I see.
yeah, like that seems good. Or like I considered like moving cool deck only one space to the left and putting a carrier up and to the right, but I was just
Hmm.
like a spawn carrier, but I was like that just gets eaten alive.
Hmm.
So I don't want to do that. So yeah, and then like I guess the my mage goes like maybe up and to the left. I don't know. It's not it's not a great spot for the mage. I don't like it wherever it is, but I mean probably very similar to what you did. Maybe I don't spawn the carrier. Maybe I spawn the carrier on the left. I mean maybe
Hmm.
I just discard the carrier because I've released the spores. Oh, and so I could release two spores behind cool dock or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that.
Hmm.
Take a look.
Yeah, sure. Interesting. Oh, so he immediately
Ooh,
kills. Interesting.
yeah, and we get a beast. I was really expecting demand shenanigans. That's interesting. Do we infect this?
It looks like he does.
We do. I wonder if we
Uh,
play release the spores. Unlucky. Oh no, demand. Oh, that's so good. See, I Vexer's way better. Vexer's play is good. I have to give it to him.
that
Uh,
was a good play.
yeah.
I
Oh, I
guess.
guess so. No, no, I guess I'll watch the Fallen Kingdom turn too. Wait, they had two carriers there? How did they get? Oh, there are two carriers in the discard pile. Okay. I mean, yeah, I like that.
Oop, almost got spoiled. Okay, where are we? Turn 6? No. Turn. Yeah, cool. Um, how many beasts does Vexer have? Just the one on the board? That's sad. Uh, yeah, he's beast starved. Just like Fallen Kingdoms can get carrier starved, he's beast starved.
Yeah, I mean, I like Maldar in hand here. That's like a pretty easy.
Drop, yeah. True, true.
I mean, just to like I just like his health against carriers, honestly, if anything.
Agreed, agreed.
Um, Bunker doors are hard.
It's
You want another 3 minutes, or you rather like just chat about it?
up to you. Happy either way. Happy either way.
Yeah, we're early enough. Let's take another three. Let's
Sounds
do
good.
it. All right, I'll see it.
See you.
Um, do. Getting ready to come up with an awesome play. All right, Shaman, Maldar, boom, we're doing it. And then Maldar kills this, and then the beast kills this and damages that, and then this just gets infected again. All right, so we're not. I don't think we're infecting this turn. I think just a shaman and Maldar there. Do we want any sort of anything? Any attempt at not losing? Um, I mean, we could do like this, and this. Um, to get like demand value off of that, but I'm fine with this carrier just punching over there. That's fine. Maybe I will reposition cool deck one space to the right. That'll work out for me. And oh, the screen looks very red. I feel like I'm gonna try something. Let me know if I'm making the screen look worse. I'm gonna try to desaturate it just like a little bit. Maybe the red hue that I added isn't it. That's better. I don't know, because I don't like the screen looking blue. Well, that's my attempt. Making things better. But yeah, I mean, I like Maldar. I like punching. I like that we sort of have a fortress of carriers in the back. I like moving Cooldack one space over here to prime the carriers. Um, I like that things are gonna die up here, and these carriers will become beasts. Yeah, I mean that does seem like I'm sort of getting the hang of. I'm understanding this matchup a little bit more. Like you want to garden your carriers in the back and then send them up. That sort of makes sense. All right, I think I'll call it. Um, all right, I have something maybe. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I mean, I'm thinking just like drop Maldar to the left of the gate and like a shaman behind the 10 health gate. Move Coolduck a spot to the right because that like frees up these two carriers behind, and that's it.
Mm,
Then I just attack, and I don't think I infect on that carrier. Because if I infect on the carrier and attack the carrier behind, I feel like it's just. I mean, maybe I do and hope that they don't get the 2-on-2. I don't know. If I infect on the carrier, though, it just gives them a carrier to free infect. So I think I would just do two attacks and call it there.
mm,
I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of what you're supposed to do in this matchup as fungal dwarves because like these two carriers behind are really sweet. Like
mm,
just like gardening those into beasts and then sending those forward. Like that's a reason to hold release the spores to do that.
mm, mm.
I am a fan. What about you? What were you thinking?
Um, Similar to you, I was thinking um, definitely summon the shaman, just so you can start building boost on it. And Maldahar, I was wondering if you put it next to the beast or not. There's sort of like this idea of like, if are we just gonna fight forever for this corridor? Because you can't basically, unless you cast an event again, you can't really kill the beast um, next turn. Um, and the danger potentially is that the carriers surround the beast and then infect it if you have another carrier. Um, I don't know. I guess the question is, do you try to close this corridor? I think you probably have to, right? So probably Maldahar. I can see now. It makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah. No, well, did you have any deviation
From what you're
from
saying,
that?
I was debating. I was more thinking to myself how I would use this last demand, and whether you
Yeah.
keep it or not, or do you just sacrifice it for some random just double attack with a carrier or something like that, which you don't want to be infected. Um,
Yeah.
I'd probably, I mean, just for science, I guess potentially something you can do is a play I was thinking is Maldahar next to the beast, summon next to the beast, and then potentially uh, you could do like a mage uh, across from that and start like hitting the carrier from the opposite and also. So like a mage to the right of the 10 health gate, and then you move it up a space. Um, and that's sort of it's a little bit risky, but um, I could see
Yeah.
some advantage of sort of spraying things out a little bit more, so you can have more advantage on that side of the board. Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that seems it seems helpful to just have a chance at killing all three carriers this turn. Um,
Mm,
like the mage is exposed and it's gonna die, but if all the carriers die, that's really good. But I guess your odds aren't so good. Like it's just a 3-on-3 with
Oh, I
two
was gonna
different
keep the
attacks.
last carrier alive, so I would be only the mage would be like sort of security for Maldahar and the beast. So you first attack with Maldahar on the carrier to the most right, and then if that dies, then good. If not, you use the mage to kill it, and then the same thing with the carrier
I
if the
see.
beast
I
doesn't kill it.
see.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah,
bit harder
yeah.
for the other carrier to. It would take two moves, or you'd have to summon another carrier to get to that spot. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
mm.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
not
I'd
sure if it's right or not yet.
probably
So.
be afraid of the maze getting infected, but like
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely see it. I could even see like something yeah. I mean, the mage is insurance. I could see even see the mage like summoning it to the right of the 10 health gate and moving that 2 spots forward, because then it's sort
Mm-mm.
of like they're gonna kill the mage, but they're committing units like in an irrelevant place, which is
Yep.
nice. So yeah, I could see that. You want to watch?
Sounds good.
All right, we got the summons right.
Yep,
Oh yeah, I
yep.
guess I didn't. I guess yeah, that's a better spot for the shaman. I guess that makes sense. That's the sort of thing like maybe I'd think of in the actual move phase. Okay, because we didn't kill that carrier, we might have reason to infect here. Never mind.
He just
Um, Demand? No way, you madman. That lets the boy in. Do we infect to now kill this other carrier? We do.
interesting.
Goodness, I sort of chose this when we were chatting about like which game should we choose. I was like, I really don't know how to play fungal dwarves in this matchup, so I kind of want to learn. So that definitely influenced my decision. Moving Retalis up, I'm a big fan of that.
So did my play? Oh, sorry, I got spoiled a little bit. Let me see if I can unspoil myself. Okay, there's. I really like
Good
how
stuff.
I know we're talking about the fungal dwarves player, but I really like how the Fallen Kingdoms player is playing also, just like being as annoying as possible with these carriers, and also
Yeah,
pushing up
that's
Red Talus is very important. I feel like in these matchups.
yeah,
Uh,
for sure. Because like Cooldock can't really punish that
mhm.
at all. I mean, like he can, but like it's predictable.
Yep, exactly. It's a
And
cool,
that's not
cool play.
that's definitely like it took me a while to ever even think of like pushing up with Retalis because you just
Mhm.
sort of treat him like a 1 health summoner.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, it is scary. But it's really good versus if you've never done it against swamp orcs. Like it seems really scary, but it's actually like really effective against swamp orcs to push up Retalis. Um,
Interesting. I mean,
mm, mm.
that makes sense.
because
Yeah, I'd
swamp
have
orcs,
to
their
try.
commons are so low health usually. So it looks scary. So you have to, of course, keep it away from. It's sort of this like keeping away game where, of course, you want to keep away your summoner from their summoner, but at the same time, if they push too far, you can easily one turn kill them. With it's a very interesting matchup actually. Which I think is actually probably Fallen Kingdom's favorite, interestingly enough. But anyway, sorry, going back to the topic, I'm off topic. Um, I really like how you're saying keeping this carriers in the back, and even though he's drawed no more fungal beasts, he's sort of just like cycling this one back and forth, which is pretty cool to see. Just playing with one fungal beast, and soon, probably next turn he's able to make this carrier below the gate into a beast, while not, overlapping with the carrier on the bottom with boost.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like carriers are nice. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
Uh
that's cool. It's cool you
uh
pointed out that decision by him. I agree. Just keeping the carriers in the back and just making them beasts.
Well, and that's
Cool
something I
strat.
never like. I always see like Aaron do that in games, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're never gonna get to
Mm-mm.
use those carriers. Like, just go push up and do something. But it makes sense in this matchup because I mean, normally I'm just very happy throwing carriers in their face to just like create this unkillable horde. But this
Mhm.
matchup, yeah, I don't want carriers in their face. Gotta do something else. That makes sense.
Mm-mm. Agreed.
Uh, yeah, good stuff. All right, maybe just take like a minute or something here. Think about
Sounds good.
this. All right. Sorry, just excuse me for a second. I want to try to see if I have a better way I can do my sound output right now. That's not gonna work, is it? Mhm. Mhm. Well, that's a minute that I've wasted. But we got it. We're just moving carrier over here, shaman over here, and we attack. We don't have a demand, but um, damage that carrier, and then we have another beast, and then we have another shaman, and um, might even get a mage to shoot over there. Could be nice. All right. How are you thinking about this one?
Um, you need to get rid of the stalemate mid, I think, because you're just gonna lose this. I think they're gonna have like infinite carriers mid, like not mid, toward this left side. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you do have to either summon the shaman or a mage to the right of the gate and just start pegging from them or just hitting them um, from that side on the carriers. Just have 3 attacks instead of 2 attacks on those carriers, or else you're never going to get out of this. Right? You're going to miss some 3 dice, and even if you hit a 3 dice, it's going to be summoned the next turn again. Um,
yeah, yeah.
so I think you're also I think to be honest, I would try to play a lot of cards or discard a lot of cards this turn because you need another beast. I think Vexer is really suffering from only having one beast in his that he's drawn so far, um, and I think you need at least two. So I guess what I would probably do is uh, summon um, just move the carrier up, turn to beast with later on. I basically have a
Yeah, yeah.
put a mage to the right side of the gate, push it up a space, um, take the carrier with the 2 boost on it, move it up, make it so that turns into a beast this turn, and just try to kill as many carriers as possible this turn, as well as increasing the boost on other carriers in the back. Yeah, and potentially the shaman. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I mean that seems good. Yeah, and I'm thinking about like whether or not I want to send a mage like up one spot, sort of to shoot another carrier if I miss or something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm not. Like maybe the only part I differ is like I might feel like I'm chilling with this
Mm-mm-mm.
stalemate, like just because this turn I have a 6 health unit. Well, I guess it's a 5 health unit. I have 2 5 health units, and those probably aren't gonna die to the carriers. So for at least this
That's
turn,
a
I'm
good point.
holding them off, and so like I damage them this turn, I kill them next turn. But I see the fear, and so I definitely could see a mage play.
I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. Does Fallen Kingdoms? I'm trying to think if I was playing Fallen Kingdoms, would I feel bad about having another turn of just the exact same board basically, but with a beast there? Um,
Yeah,
and I'm not sure if I would. Uh, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's a weird matchup, right? These sort of swarming factions actually
yeah,
take a lot of
yeah,
thought if you think about it. Yeah.
for sure.
No, I can definitely see your point also. Maybe just you're happy as fungal dwarves just to try to get more beasts and just summon like just have like a line of beasts because it actually is pretty hard for fallen kingdoms to deal with beasts. Carriers they have an easy time, shamans they have an easy time, but beasts 5 health targets usually you have to either surround or you need an event to deal with.
Yeah, yeah. You want to see how they do it?
Sounds good.
You win. They did a mage. So
Yes,
this
finally.
carrier this carrier isn't gonna. Oh wait, no, it's just boosted by Malder. Oh, I'm silly. Oh, and you got the Retalis gate going. Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's interesting. I don't think I'd ever do it. Like, oh, poor mage.
4 rolls. That's unfortunate. Yeah, because we just want mass undead carrier instinction. Extinction. Goodness, this game probably goes on for a while. Oh wait, did they? Okay, I see. Never mind. Never mind.
Interesting
See
blood.
the other turn. Blood Summon. Yeah, so I mean this is I guess this is the fear that like the Fallen Kingdom has carriers for your low health units and warriors for the high health ones, and
Mm,
yeah. Not choosing to attack Maldar or anything though.
Interesting choice. Oh,
Yeah, I mean
by myself again.
taking out the beast is nice, I guess. Um, yeah, I feel like last time I was able to pause before the first play every time, but this time it's not happening. I wonder. Yeah. Um.
Hmm.
You wanna just start chatting about
Yeah.
them?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Because I don't know where we are, but this game could be a long one. Not that
Yeah, I
not that
agree.
we
I
need
agree.
not that we need to finish it. Yeah, man, let me know if you're tired and wanna wrap it up
No, no, no,
whenever.
no. I'm good, dude. I'm
All right,
happy to finish
sounds
this game.
sounds good. Um, you can't play Monstrosity. That's sad.
What we can do is we can pause for 3 minutes when we think it's like a key turn or something like that, or something which is
Yeah, no, that's
like
a
a
good
hard
idea.
decision.
That's a good
Um,
idea.
if you get
Just for
monstrosity is so hard for Fallen Kingdoms to deal with. If you or probably any faction to deal with.
yeah, I think that's our goal. I mean, I think it'll
Mhm.
happen eventually if we just keep chilling.
Mm,
Uh, Settling into the spoilers, are we? Hopefully gets Thune out soon. See, it's funny because normally I'd be like, I hate champions, but this is like a matchup where I like Thune. I like Thune to deal with the carriers. You just got to be careful to not do what I did in my game and just get it immediately killed by a warrior. Um, this is hard, like, because I don't really want to commit. I don't want to send something out to attack this warrior because then it gets attacked.
mm.
Um, like putting something out next to the warrior, like a shaman or a beast, can then attack it. Um, I don't know. What do we do about the fact that our beast is about to get infected over here?
I think you have to most likely. I mean, one way of dealing with it is just pushing the beast back and letting parasitic just kill it next turn or at the end of your turn. Um, another
Yeah.
you can't really summon anything. There's no really good. Mm, it's hard. This is a hard. This is a very hard
Yeah. Yeah.
turn. Um, do you just get rid of Maldahar? Maldahar, you've done enough. Go between these two warriors. Sacrifice yourself for one of them, or hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the worry is it gets infected. I mean, so what's the game plan? I mean, the game plan is probably like it's more carriers, more
In the
boosts.
bag.
Probably release the
Hmm.
spores turn. Yeah, we have the spores. We have two in there. But we don't want the spores to get infected. Maybe
I
it's
mean, I
not
think
if
you
release
can.
the spores turned. Sorry.
An idea is potentially to you can actually potentially leave Maldahar where it is. Just push the beast 2 spaces back, push the carrier up to where the beast was. Um, and wait, how does it work in terms of you transform at the end of your magic phase? Okay, okay, never mind. So you can probably just spore and just have 2 carries in the just like make it a boost turn. Have 2 carries now with 1 boost on each of them. As the or 2 boost on them, I guess, because the beast is gonna die, and then the carry is gonna die also at the end of the turn, and just like
Yeah.
really kill nothing this turn, but just have very nice boost on your carriers. Um, I don't know. It's a hard turn. It's a hard turn.
Yeah. Yeah. So sorry, where were the
The
how are you
moves.
getting the carriers out that turn? Yeah, sorry, say it again for me.
So the way which you could do it is you push the beast 2 spaces backwards, right? So it's to the bottom left of Kaldak. Um,
Oh,
and
I
then you
like that.
you move the carrier to where the beast was,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna let the beast
Yeah.
just kill itself this turn, but it's gonna kill itself to 2 carriers because of spores, or yeah,
Yeah.
and a
Now that
shaman,
you
right?
say that, I'm like, that's perfect. So why didn't I think of
Mm,
that? That's so obvious. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Um,
mm, mm. I'm not sure what you do with the shaman on the top. I guess you just realize it's dead. Try to hit the warrior once, or do you try to bring
yeah.
it back? I'm not sure.
Um, yeah, I mean, probably I can see a unit, just some unit attacking this warrior.
Mhm.
I could also see that because it feels kind of bad to just do one attack this turn and just have Maldar sitting there doing nothing. Um, but
Mm,
yeah, I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I like it.
mm,
I'm sold.
mm, mm.
Um,
You don't kill anything, but you get the warriors both low. Yeah, I think it's solid. Solid. And then beasts can infect them if they need to. Yeah, or beasts would be able to deal with them afterwards, or Maldahar.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Here, you wanna pause for a
Yeah.
second? There's a question in chat. I really like the new Goats faction. Do you have any advice for them? Any matchup where they might struggle or be strong? I'm sorry, I do not like. I've played one game with them, so I cannot. Cherez, you have any experience with the Vargat so far?
No. The only experience I have is currently I'm playing a game against Bean where he's the goats and I'm the Crimson something. And I think the Crimson something are. I'm not sure if I like them or not. They seem really good, but I'm not sure if I like them or not.
I'm a big fan. They're so
Okay.
weird and different that I just
Uh-huh.
I love it. The goats. Where's Beans? Are you in chat? Can you have any goats advice? You're an aggro player. Where did Beans go off to? I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, okay, so like just totally making stuff up. Like, I mean, it seems like the core of the faction is that summoner ability is really, really strong, and so everything else is kind of has to be mediocre in order to stop the faction from being OP. So like just positioning things around your summoner, like it seems like in general your game plan of just like put units near your summoner is good. And then the tricky part is like positioning things right and like using the strongholds to retreat at the right time. Like you being able to use charge seems hard. So yeah, I don't. I do not have too much advice yet, but I'm very curious to see how they develop.
No, I
Vampires are
agree.
real
I think
flashy.
I completely agree with you. I think it might be like a push and pull. Like you push forward really aggressively, get some good damage in, and then pull back. That
Yeah,
one
which is
spell. Goes wrong.
no. It's just saying that's tough. That's a tough play style.
Agreed. It's hard to do even without those events. So when you have like
Yeah.
uh, an event which literally allows you to pull all the way back to your furthest gate, yeah,
Which
very
which
interesting.
is which is nice.
Mhm.
The goats are meat and potatoes, movement and position. It seems, which is really nice. Like I feel like I'm gonna like them for the same reason I like Grognak. Is that's just like just it's simple and then like min maxing whatever positional thing after that. You wanna watch this turn?
Yes, let's do it.
Now the taking a quick break to talk about things that are way easier. You got it. You got it. I guess Maldar is coming up. Maybe we should have seen that coming. I don't know. Maldar just dies though, right? Like, no
Yeah.
fun. That's no fun. But the shaman that I got spoiled on makes a lot more sense with this.
Mm-mm.
Um, and then
I kind of like pushing up though. May I don't know. I just don't know who wins this. I have no. This game seems so. These two factions seem so swingy that it's hard to say who wins later on in the game. Um, yeah,
yeah. Um,
health. But it looks very
uh,
nice.
yeah, I mean all these big units in the front. I mean, just being able to have big units that aren't infectable in the front is like quite a feat against here.
Putting the
And
shaman in front. What?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, no,
I
no.
went too.
Oh no. No, it's fine. They keep doing that. And yeah, yeah, in chat, I mean like just you play it a faction, you'll get more experience with it and figure it out. Like I always whenever there's new factions, like it's just like I don't know, it's gonna take like 20 games before I mean some things kind of click. Like I feel like the vamps have kind of clicked immediately. Well, goats are harder. In a
Agreed.
sense almost because they're easier or because they're like supposed to be easier like the actual like the ceiling gets more complicated. Okay, this is nice. So how do we do like the same thing that you just did and like kill our own beast or something weird? Ooh, and we got carriers, like so we could easily drop a carrier in front of the 10 health gate and then like put some boosts on it. I feel like Monstro is inevitable at this point. We have a pretty good setup going.
Yeah. I feel like you're chilling right now if you're uh fall or fungal dwarves.
Yeah, I mean, what I
Kaldak
don't
is
like
12
is
health.
like the one health beast that's gonna die and stuff like that.
Mm, true.
Or that's gonna be infected. Like, how do we prevent that?
Mm,
We'll find a way. um,
mm, mm.
yeah, you think spawn carrier in the front is the move?
Hmm.
We could
You-
infect multiple. No, oh, there's only one carrier in this pile. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah, most of our carries are, like you said, we only have one. That's a good point because I was thinking about the same thing. Uh, yeah, because we only have one carrier in the discard pile. Um, hmm. I mean, you're definitely trying to get rid of this warrior because that's just scary to keep it alive, even though it's probably gonna kill itself. Uh, hmm. I mean, again, I think if I were fungal dwarves, and you know fungal dwarves were better than I do, but my goal would just be to see how can I get monstrosity out in the next like 2 turns, right? Um, and of course, at the same time, not get this beast killed. So there is a potential idea where you kill the beast yourself this turn, just because it's gonna die at some point. The
Yeah,
other idea is potentially um, the problem is all the cards in their hand are 2 health, so there's a very good chance you just have a carrier kill whatever that is, and then another carrier kill the beast, and that's just terrible. Then you have a
yeah.
carrier right next to Kaldak. Um, hmm.
Oh, and we don't have any beasts in the pile right now, so we don't want we don't want either of these carriers to pop unless we kill one of the ones that we have.
Last
Huh.
6 cards is 3 beasts. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, is that actually? That's kind of insane. Wow. Yeah, yeah, and the monster thing. I mean, like, n normally, I feel like I've become more like relaxed with monster because I feel like he kind of always just happens, like,
Mhm.
and so like I don't need to try for him super hard. Like he'll sort of like if the game state's going at least a little bit okay for me, it's usually gonna happen. But like I for this matchup, I could see like wanting to push a little bit more with Monstro. Um,
Mm.
feeling like because I don't know because big champ, big good. Um,
True.
against carriers.
It's too bad the carrier behind the beast, one of the carrier closest to, or the carrier to the left of Kaldak doesn't have one more boost on it, because then you could do a really cool play where you basically just cycle the beast. But yeah,
Mm.
it's not possible right now. Um, hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could like move your one health beast up, move the three health beast to the right, move two boost carrier up a space, and like let your beast die in the attack phase to then boost everything. But the problem is actually no, that would boost both of your carriers, and if you boost
Exactly.
both of your carriers, one of them is just useless. It's just gonna die.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Oh,
that's a
and
hard
what
turn.
the play I was yeah the play I was saying we are just like putting three boosts on a carrier. Oh, okay. No, no, my play's bad. Because my play was like you put you put three boosts on a carrier, send it one space to the left,
Hmm.
um, and just have that turn into a beast. But you can't do that when there's no beast. Wow, this turn is way harder than I thought it was.
Yep, yep.
Um, do we want to reposition Cooldock or anything? Like, what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, like you said, the problem is not only is this beast 1 health, but it's right next to Kaldak, so you Kaldak's in danger a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Hmm.
well, you want to enjoy the fact that we don't actually need to come up with an answer here
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what they do. All right. Good stuff. All right. Vexor, solve it for us. Shaman in the back, carrier in the back. Interesting. And the shaman moves there, and you just enjoy a life in the sun. Reposition. Put two boosts from that carrier onto cooldown to stop it. So like getting ahead of the game and just being like, nope, this carrier is gonna pop off too soon. Are we letting this beast die? I think we might be letting this beast die. Um, we are sort of accepting massive carrier popping off, which will kind of suck. But and then we get another beast. It's pretty good. I guess I'll watch the Ret Talon's turn too. Though it's always like if they fail to infect the R2 health carrier, that could be really bad for them. I mean, so it seems like they're accounting for that. They've got two attacks lined up on that carrier. Uh, it's a 2 out of 4 melee.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with yeah, just how much is going Cool Doc's way right now. I do
It's
not feel like I could have.
so risky, but I can sort of understand it for him to put the shaman there because he's basically if he doesn't kill the carrier with the beast, like next turn is gonna be it's gonna be a little bit rough. Um,
Hargrada says Thune turn ahead. You think you agree or disagree?
yeah, no, definitely.
Um,
I
yeah, I
think
could see. I mean, because I feel like since we have a beast, I kind of want that beast to be on the board, but then again, Thune is good, probably to like just kill that warrior or something.
mm,
Hmm. And do we finally have so we don't have another beast in the pile. We have one in hand, two in discard. So like we have a three boost carrier that's gonna boost. We have two three boost carriers. What are we doing? Like how do we are we do we damage control? Take the three boosts off of each of them and put them back on cooldock? Like and then like play Thune? I don't know. Take the three boosts off the carrier, put it on Thune. Could just summon a beast. I mean, I wouldn't mind just like summoning beasts to be like, because the best way to get them in the discard pile is to force our opponent to kill them. So like, just
Mhm.
throw a beast out there and like one spot in front of the, or put it in front of the warrior and attack the warrior.
I mean, I think you're feeling pretty good just casting Thune uh, next to Kaldak or playing Thune right next to Kaldak and then just
Yeah.
transferring a bunch
Wow.
of boost from the shaman onto it and then um, yeah, I think you just feel good then. Like you're
Well,
just
what
chilling
about
and then
these
you
two
can
carriers that are gonna explode to no avail?
let them die.
Yeah,
you can
no, go ahead.
no sorry go on.
Well, this carrier on the right side that they placed there is like, what's this guy doing? Like, how is that guy ever relevant? I don't. I feel like I am like just doubting all of my fungal dwarf's instincts. I don't know. This faction has quite a high skill ceiling. Because like even though I feel like I
Right.
enjoy fungal dwarves and like I feel like I know how to play them, like I still find my fungal dwarves turns are consistently really, really hard, and I still don't feel like I've gotten over like the learning curve. I don't know.
Think about it this way a little bit. So if both the carriers explode, right? That
Yeah.
means that the beast with 3 health is at 5 boost, which means that the fungal dwarves player has a lot of pressure on them to kill that this turn, or else it just turns into a monstrosity next turn. Um,
Yeah. That's nice. I'm worried it's too easy to kill that. Like it's too easy with a
yeah, three
Hellforce
health is
weapon
not
or
good.
purge or something, but
Mhm.
I see the appeal for sure. I feel the same way towards fungal dwarves. They're tough. They're real fun, and I feel like I get them, but they're still really hard. You wanna see whether we get Thune or not?
Sounds good.
All right, let's make a $10 bet. No, we got him. There we go. Love to see Thune. Being used way better than he's used in my game. Here, just moving back. We're accepting that one of our carriers is just dead. Moving Cooldock back to kind of damage control. Um, and wait, how did we get another beast? Oh, we discarded the one in our hand. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, easy.
I'm
All
not
right, let's see.
questioning if this choke point is just so useful for fungal doors or not, because it seems like this choke point. I thought it would advantage the kingdoms, but it seems like
Yeah,
just you're just stacking so much boost behind this wall, and it's very
yeah,
hard for
yeah.
yeah. So
No, no, I think you're right. I think it's advantaging the fungal dwarves somehow.
unless the only way I think you could really like you need that champ the Fallen Kingdoms champion the only good one they have. I'm kidding. What's his name? uh,
Gold. No, not Goldust.
I'll look it
How do I not
up.
remember? Uh, um,
Yeah.
the guy. Uh,
Dragus, I guess.
Dragos. There we go. Yeah. Well, I feel like that's sort of like the default way to like deal with carriers is like make a choke point with a high health unit
Hmm.
to like just pick them through one by one. It just eventually those choke points are usually overrun. I mean, it's just like a game of
Hmm.
holding onto those choke points and backing up just enough until the carriers are finally gone.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, it seems like they've been doing it pretty well with because I mean, if you're occupying those choke points with like spore carriers, you're gonna lose. But they've managed to avoid that. Looks like Thune's dead. I feel less bad because my Thune also lost all but one health immediately. Tergrata says Thune is a distraction for Monstrosity to show up, and that seems right. Now we have Monstrosity. I mean, that kind of seems like a win button. Um,
Hmm.
I'm happy with that. I summon a Monstrosity, and Monstrosity kills some stuff, and that's about it, I guess. Um,
Yeah, I wonder if I was Fallen Kingdoms here, potentially maybe you at some point you probably need to either back up and make them force them to go forward or try to spread them out a little bit because you just are stuck in this blob and it's so I don't know. It seems so good for them. Kaldrak still has full health. You're down to 8 cards. They're down to 6, but I'd way rather have 6 cards in Fungal Dwarves with this board than I would 8 cards as Fallen Kingdoms. Um,
yeah, I really don't know what to do here.
mm,
As Fallen Kingdoms, because like you don't really have the ranged game to be able to like back up and whatnot.
mhm,
Um, I feel like I feel like my out is probably just like hoping I can overrun with carriers at some point. Like
mm,
hoping Kuldak runs out of blockers and the undead carriers win the day at some point.
mm, mm, mm.
Um,
No, like you said, I'm just
But
very impressed by Vexer this game. This is
yeah,
a very
yeah.
cool game.
Yeah, and it makes me worry about my Fallen Kingdom game that's currently ongoing because I'm doing a pretty good job of like having a bunch of units in the mid board, but like I don't know, like Cool Duck is sort of doing a similar thing that Vexer's doing of just like keeping the garden behind a choke point. So that sort of makes sense.
I guess the
Um,
thing with Fallen Kingdoms is like I think it's fine doing that as long as you have an answer for monstrosity at some point. Because if you can get rid of monstrosity, then it's back to being fine. The problem is monstrosity just has a good chance of just like you have nothing to deal with it. And like if you can deal with it, then you just have no more damage to deal with callback outside of praying carriers can overrun the board, and you somehow win the econ game. Um,
yeah, yeah. Um, well, good stuff. You wanna watch another one, the next turn?
Sounds good.
We can talk
Yeah,
about it too. Let's watch it. I mean, I think it's just gonna be you just move Monstro up. I mean,
and
and
then
you've
just
got
lose slowly as Fallen Kingdoms. The
three
worst
moves.
feeling.
Oh, that is not the move I was expecting. I was expecting Thune to just move like one spot back.
Mm.
But that makes sense. Um, Carrier, yep, just get more attacks on the undead carrier. So annoying saying carrier and that not specifying actually what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I
Um,
know.
yeah, I mean, so they just spent a bunch of juice to deal with Thune. Do they have more juice to deal with Monstro? Probably not. Probably, it's probably gonna take them like 2, 3 turns to deal with Monstro, and at that point, that might be it. That might be the end of it.
I do feel like, especially in this matchup, champions are just very important if you can get them on both sides. Um, by champions, I just mean that one champion Fallen Kingdoms can play. I keep saying
And by
that.
champions, I mean the one playable champion in Fallen Kingdom. Uh,
Ghoul Das
yeah,
is like 4 more health, and then he'd be amazing. Maybe two
then he'd be
overpowered, but
great. At least a little bit more. Yeah, that's sort of the only big miss in the master set is a few of those champions just don't make any sense.
Belt Bow, I feel like I like it. Like it has a very situational place. Like you can surprise someone completely. I would
Yeah,
love 2 more
yeah.
health on it though, but it's yeah. I feel like anytime I summon it, it just dies instantly. I like kill a gate with it and then just dead. Um, but anyways,
Yeah.
sorry, going back to this game. Um,
Yeah.
this game feels very over. I guess that's the only reason which I'm. It's very hard. I feel like for Fallen Kingdoms with 5 cards left, um,
Yeah, I
to
mean,
get
Cool
past.
Deck has 5 cards left too. But I see what you're saying. I mean, Pyre's up this turn. So
Through.
Rhett's
But
got a
sorry.
lot.
Mhm.
If Monstro went down like in a turn or two, I think Rhett would have a chance. Um
3 champs in 2 events. That's pretty fun. Imagine. That'd be even more doomed.
3 champs and 2 blood summons. The ideal last 5 cards in,
Yep,
in
yep.
every Fallen Kingdom deck.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
yeah. I mean, it's
Sorry, go
still
on.
tough to like avoid infects because carriers are just insane in the end game. Like you can't just like check out and just like attack right here because you got to move that beast back because that beast is gonna die and you have a 1 health Thune. Are you attacking your own Thune to like? You probably are. Like, I mean, well, you
Mhm.
maybe can't afford to. Maybe you play Stim Shrooms just to kill that beast. Honestly, I'm a fan. That seems
True.
really cute, but like. I'm kind of a fan. I feel like I want more boosts on this 5 health beast that's going to be moving up because 5 health and 4 health is pretty big difference, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, you have any quick thoughts?
Um, I know what you're saying, but at the same time, I do think like at this point, if I'm playing Fallen Kingdoms, I'm like, oh god, all right, I did something bad early on. Like I should have. I think this game's over
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. That's totally fair.
Because
Well,
23 health
let's
is so hard to deal with unless you have like events, and or like you said, you're able to get very nice carrier hits, but that's easy to play around if you're not afraid of blood summons anymore. Or
yeah.
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 Hmm,
Let's hit the play button.
sounds
See what
good.
they do. Yep, just beasts. I mean, I feel like the name of the game for like this has been like we both like we see what we're trying to do, but like actually optimizing how to do that. There's just so many options for
Mhm.
fungal dwarves that did the beast not attack the carrier? I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? Can we talk
Yeah, I'm
about
not
that?
sure. I'm not sure why not.
Um, I would have at least attacked. I mean, I guess the idea is if you attack it and
Hmm.
miss, then it's gonna attack the beast, and then the thing behind it's gonna attack it, and then that thing's gonna attack the
I
beast.
see. So
And the
from
thought
far.
is just like it's just a big blocker for the rest of its
Mm-mm-mm.
life. It gets to sit there and soak up undead carrier damage.
That's a good point. That's a good
Purge.
point. I think about that. That's a very good point.
And this is what we're trying again. We're trying the cultist. We're trying to infect this spot right now. If we get it, this is huge. 2 on 2, 2 on 2, 2 on 2. I believed. Awesome.
Oh,
That's an infect. That's what we want. Oh no, the beast is dead. No, sadness. We'll take
oh,
it.
did he? Huh. Interesting.
What?
Never mind. Never mind. I was thinking of something wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you want to just hit play on the rest of this game.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm about to start the fungal dwarf's turn. Where Thune moved off to the left.
It always feels
Looks
bad to
like
purge when you circle.
well, yeah, looks like we gotta start killing our own units here. This is dangerous. Seeing Thune at 1 health there.
Agreed.
Um, that guy's gotta die. Oh no, Thune's attacking the carrier. Okay, so we're fine. And there's really no way to get to Thune then, I guess. Nope, just kidding. There totally is. Blood Summoner. There's always more in the tank. I think we're out
Yep.
of purges there or something. Yeah, no, we can totally infect. Well, this is unfortunate because now we can't infect Thune because Thune is dead.
Yep.
But we
I mean,
can
I
infect
think
our
this
own.
game is very over, but it is very cute what he's doing. Like, it is very cool. But I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure
mean,
how you deal
I,
with monstrosity.
I'm still like, if the Monstro is dead, if the Monstro is dead, like like, and it's just like just one good warrior play, and maybe we
Mhm.
could pull it through because it's just because I don't know. I feel like I've lost so many games where like I was so ahead, and it's just like 2 carriers just overran my entire board at that point.
No, agree. I
But
think
you're probably right.
I think this choke point is just so hard. Uh, yeah, no, it's just an interesting game. Like you said, but I definitely can see how this could have easily switched on the other side of the matchup. If Vexer didn't play well, if roles went a little bit differently. Um, it's just a
Yeah.
very yeah. Huh. This
It's
game
a
is so
W.
over.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you called it a turn before I did. Now I'm watching it and being like, oh yeah, there's no chance. There's absolutely none. Go up, punch some boys, punch RT in the face. How do you feel about the birds champions? I honestly never use them because my quick playstyle, I rather summon 2 to 3 commons instead of 1 champions. Am I alone with this? No, I mean that's definitely an understandable feeling of like the birds commons are very expensive. With like their rush playstyle, it takes a lot to afford them. I think 3 dice on Retalis and it hits. Huge. Huge,
Oh, he
huge,
kills
huge.
himself. Amazing.
But sorry, yeah, I'll finish up. I think the one champion I like for The Avians is Cyruk, and I think I tend to see
Hmm.
Cyruk in like half my games. So maybe that's the point where I disagree. I mean, I think I wouldn't really worry about it. I think like the more it honestly took me like a year of playing Summoner Wars before I started playing Champions more. Like because commons are so good and like eventually I started being like yeah, I started discarding a lot more and playing more champions, and Cyrus can just get a ton of value, but you need to have a good board state already to be able to play champions, and Guilford and Wrath are more like surprise than value, but Cyrus can be like a lot of value if you're pumping out 4 worthy dice or 5 with the song. I don't know, have you played much Avians?
I've been playing it more. Um, I think it really matters your matchup, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
some factions, like especially the new vampire faction, seems to feed people magic. In which case, you do want to keep onto your summons, so your champions, because you'll have the mana to summon them. Um, Wrath, I've seen once or twice against me been played very well and just like super annoying. The 7 health 4 attack, which can like almost be anywhere, especially around your champion at any given time. Um, the other
Yeah.
champion, I feel like the effect sound looks so cool, but I've never actually figured out a way to
Yeah,
use
yeah.
Guildford correctly. Uh,
That's how it be.
um, but yeah, I think it matters for me. Champions are more like, do I feel ahead enough to play a champion, or is the champion so good in this position that I can play it? Because I feel like if you're behind, it almost always feels better to play commons, either as Sky Evens or most other factions. Um, but if you feel like even or slightly ahead and you can summon it, it feels so good. That's a very like basic, like there are of course situations where um, uh, a champion is much better than 2 commons, um, or you just don't have the 2 commons and the champion's the only thing in your hand. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
but I agree,
Yeah.
it's not simple to play a champion, right? Which is a good thing, I think, right? Um,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely tough because usually you want to already have an established board state, which is tough to get there. And I'd agree, like things like Wrath, they can be effective in certain situations, but honestly, just like the fact that Wrath exists in the deck kind of forces your opponent to play around it if you ever have 6 magic, and that does that does like work in itself. Yeah, and I'm just a casual player, not a pro at all. Just try my best in the game. I mean, that's I would consider myself that as well. I've just fallen in love with Summoner Wars and played it a ton over the last few years. I'm not comfortable calling myself an expert in like any faction. Like it's just fun to play more and try to get better at, and you always feel like you're getting better at. Thanks for the Windows security notification. Okay, any any parting words about this matchup we just watched, do you think? About the Fungal Dwarves Fallen Kingdom?
hmm. It's a matchup which I, in my head, thought would be a lot more simple to figure out turns for than it actually is.
Yeah,
um,
me too.
uh, hmm. No, I was very impressed by. So I think the last game we watched was Cloaks versus Sand Goblins, which HSLE was playing the Cloaks, I think. Um,
Yeah,
and that was a very close game, but I do think there were turns where either me or you came up with plays which would have maybe not won the game, but were equally as viable as the turns he played, or
yeah.
they played. Um, and but for this matchup specifically, I do think Vexer, at least from my own plays, not I think on average had plays which were, yeah, I feel like I'm just way behind him in terms of Fungal Dwarves. Let's say it that way. Uh,
I feel like that way too, and I'm like
mhm.
much more embarrassed to admit it, because I feel like I've played a lot of Fungal Dwarves and I should know what I'm talking about. It's still like, yeah, I don't know. It feels real hard. It feels real hard. Um,
I'm curious
I feel like
whether
I could have come to some of the plays if I had
mhm.
like if I had thought for a while I could have come up with, but it's just like, man, it just takes a lot of thought to get there. I need more experience.
I
But
think
sorry,
the
what were you gonna
interesting
say?
Oh no, exactly to your point. I think the interesting thing about fungal dwarves is, like you said, it's a very complex faction, but it does seem like it conforms to the same. Like it's complex in terms of like there's one play style you sort of want to play normally against certain factions, but at the same time, like getting the optimal play for that is pretty hard, even though it's one play style versus cloaks or sand goblins. Like the one of the reasons why it's so complicated is not only the cards, but at the same time, there's multiple different ways you can play both those decks, right? So it
Yeah,
makes fungal doors really cool because like at the end of the day, you're trying to make a blob, right? You're trying to you're trying to but at
yeah.
the same time making the optimal um optimally doing that is actually like really hard and requires a lot of thought. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, something that I've or a tool that I've tried to use, and but still more theoretically, is like when there's just like too many options to like think about what my goals are, to just like hone in. So instead of just thinking about all of my possible everything that could be do, it's like, what am I trying to do and like how can I achieve that, and like help just like hone in a line for a turn. Like that's how I've started to approach Ice Ram Glacial Shift turns. Because it's
mhm.
just like in Ice Ram Glacial Shift turn, it's just you can do everything. Your structures could end up anywhere, and so like if I'm taking an Ice Ram Shift a Ram Shift turn, and I don't want it to take 2 hours, which I've definitely spent at least an hour on a ram shift turn before, just like going through every possible variation. Like my new thought is like, all right, I'm gonna identify what are a few things that I want to do. Okay, I want to occupy that gate spot. I want to kill that unit. I want to be over it. And it's like, okay, can I do that? And if I can't do
Hmm.
that, I'll change my goal. Or like, but I feel like maybe I could have had better plays here if I mean, maybe just if I'd understood the matchup more, like just not quite understanding what I'm trying to do with fungal dwarves in this matchup, I think made my play as my commentary just a lot worse. Like I just wasn't coming up with stuff, and maybe that's like maybe if we did fungal dwarves in another match it'd be better. But yeah, I mean, uh,
No, I mean I don't
you
think
also
you should be so
just
hard on yourself.
yeah, I
I think
mean you
that's
also just do it more and you get better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
exactly. I think uh, yeah, no, no, I think you had. I think it's more just like that's one of the amazing things about Summoner Wars, but at the same time, um, one of the hardest part about it is that it's hard. Like it's very rare to play the same matchup over and over and over again, right? So uh, yeah, no, I think how Vexer did this. I'm curious if he was in the call, if he had more experience with this, or if he just came up with it on the fly, or there's a lot of different factors. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't be embarrassed if I were you. Look, it's it's there's so many different factors in multiple different things, right? Like we saw with the files, right? Water D versus Profit, right? It came down to a matchup which uh, Profit had a lot of experience with just because he was spamming high L's versus Water D had almost no, uh, uh, or he admitted that he had no experience really with Polar Dwarves versus high Elves, and it just
Yeah,
was a very
yeah.
one-sided affair just because of that, right? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
Even though
No,
Water
no,
D is a
thank
great
you.
player. Yeah.
That's I think that's good advice. You gotta enjoy losing, enjoy figuring it out, and you'll have a good time playing this game.
True, true.
Um,
That
well,
was a fun game.
yeah, that's good stuff. I guess it doesn't hurt to call it. So we're not on forever. Anything else you wanted to chat about?
No, I mean, I'm just curious about the two new factions, especially like you said. I feel like even though the vampires are more, they seem to have more inbuilt complexity in a certain way because there seems to be lots of combos you can do with them. Um, and I think you said it very nicely earlier. Like the Rams, even though they seem more simpler, just seem more complicated because of that. Because you see vampires like these guys
Yeah,
look complicated,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Versus the Rams, you more need to think that like with more simple factions, you need to think of creative ways of using them because you realize that there's only certain your opponents start thinking of um, the more typical ways you'd be playing them. So yeah, it's a I'm very curious. The Rams seem like they have a lot of potential, but similar to High Elves, I feel like it might take a little bit to optimally, or not optimally play them, but to figure out different styles of playing them. Um,
Yeah, which is so funny because I was like, when I did like my release stream, I was like, I think it's been swapped this time. Like before, we had like Wayfarers as like the aggressive, low complexity faction, and High Elves as like super like, or sorry, as and Shadow Elves as like the super complicated like dark faction that's all about some weird engine thing. And now it's like kind of been swapped. Like we have like the low complexity dark faction that like you just kind
yeah.
of go out and do your thing and it kind of makes sense. And then like the high complexity goats. But then I was listening to the Plaid Hat podcast and they're like, yeah, the goats, like, they're like a great faction, like probably the best faction for beginners, like got a very obvious like what they want to do and how to do it. And I'm sitting there like, what? Like these guys seem really hard to play. Um and maybe that's like just the min maxer in me because it's like I see it like what you want to do is like have units within Sundervid and attack and it's good. But like to actually like get those like because of that it seems like a very positionally minded faction and it's like you see the ram ability on the Wolfsbane brute and it's just like that only works if you have an enemy unit adjacent to it and that's very specific and like it has a huge downside because like apparently that ability is really good so like how do I actually get value out of that ability so it feels like similar to Grognak like there'd just be a very high ceiling for well, maybe not even similar to Grog. Like, probably a lot more positionally intricate than Grognak at the end of the day. Almost like high elf sort of stuff going on. I don't know.
I completely agree.
I expect a
Mhm.
lot of complexity out of him.
No, completely, completely. I think, yeah, I think sometimes like with sorry with shadow elves, which is more complex, or even sand goblins, because of the complexity, you just have so many different tools for so many different situations versus like these quote unquote more simpler factions, which have some tools, but sort of in the same direction. You do have to play them optimally because you just don't have the tools to cover all bases like sometimes shadow elves do, or these other more complex factions seem to have. Um, yeah, no, it's an interesting point you bring. Um, more position like you said you do have to play position very well just because of the tools they have. um yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah,
that was a lot of
yeah,
let's do this again next week. I'll be gone for a lot of October, but before then I'm very much happy to whenever either play a
okay,
game or
sounds good. I
review some
will.
games or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, happy to play async as well and do more. I'll certainly miss you in October.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll do some more later. Um, yeah, it's
My,
fun, and it's always fun to just chat about the game review is fun. I feel like I learn a lot.
Yeah, I think it's partially trying to think of moves, and also partially, I think sometimes when I review games, I go through them too quickly. So it's nice to
Yeah,
also just
yeah,
take time to um, really think about what I would do and what they actually end up doing, and just about the position in general. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, good stuff.
Alrighty, I'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good. Bye.
Peace.
Sweet. That's a lot of fun. Next time play a match on stream blindfolded. Sure, why not? Along those lines, like my friend Iridium and I, like, might be able to oblige you with like similar some similar levels of shenanigans um with like we want to do the thing where we had 7 games of the exact same matchup queued and we just played them nonstop and we were like there's a penalty if you ever get lapped so if you ever like run out of if the other person if you has no turns to take like they get a free win or something like that I don't know like coming up with funny rules like that um so I got some got some funny funny sorts of games planned. Um, Let me see. Anyone in chat want to play a game or something? I sort of feel like playing something casual. I have some like league games to take, but I don't want to play these. I might I'm gonna be on for at least a few more minutes, and if I don't find anything to do, I'll probably call it and then be back on Thursday. I don't think I'll be on tomorrow unless because I don't have anyone. It would have to be the afternoon. I'd have to stream. Do. Let's take wonderful edition of Predict the Play today. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't feel like I was at nearly as much of a psychic this time around, but that's okay. It go like that. It be like that. Uh, and yeah, this is a casual turn. One second. All right. Probably. All right. I'm probably just gonna take like a turn or two and then all the stream here. I feel like I want to finagle some odd things. I'm just talking out loud. Daymar. I see. I just sort of want to like play the like no thinky summoner wars, just play fast and whatnot. That's probably not what we can we can do today. Warrior kills Baldo. Daymar attacks the dancer. We can kill the dancer with the warrior. All in a day's work, I guess. And then like this warrior just sits over there. Do I want a Deathrite? I mean, Deathrite could let Damer one shot the dancer. Probably not gonna happen though. We got a lot of boys in there. We got like a Sekhmet. I've been holding Sekhmet forever. That's sort of just like how I've decided I want to play this game. Um, I mean, what if I roll 4 dice? What if I roll 5 dice on Celeste here? And I just say like screw it, Baldo. Like have fun over there. Like do your live your Baldo best life, honestly. And then I can transfuse and kill Tess. It's pretty good, right? Like I mean, I have to kill like my own cultist or something, but like I don't know, I'm a fan. Are we committed to this? There's no going back. There's no going back. Transfuse feels so good, doesn't it? It's hard to use though because like it only works on like a champion or a warrior basically. But which is like very thematic that like I like realized in the podcast when they said it's all about sacrificing the lowly dudes to like protect the elite. And I think a warrior counts as the elite. So like so it's such good value, but it's hard to pull out, which is like just a very well designed card. It's like 4 health swing, but why do I never get to use it? All right, Deathrite. I hate losing this forward spot. I'd much rather do this to anything else, but that's fine. And we have things in the discard, right? Yeah. All right. Easy one shot. Easiest one shot of my life. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. We're hitting Celeste for 5. Like, get screwed. I might just accept this dancer is part of my life at this point. And attack Baldo. Seems good. All right. The dice are not on our side today. Um, let us transfuse. Kill that. Go into next turn with 1 magic. Is that fine? Um, Goodness. I was hoping to not die next turn. We needed to kill this. I have to go. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. It's so nice to meet you. I hope to see you around. Sekhmet, transfuse. I don't know. We can hold it. It's a little greedy. It's a little greedy. It's a little greedy. It's fine. We're fine. We're chilling. One second. Bye. See ya. See ya. Thanks for coming by. Do, 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 do. Um, oh, hey, who's this guy? Who's this Cherez guy I'm playing against? I don't know them. Oh, I guess maybe I'm spoiling my hand for you. How do how do I prevent this? Fine, I guess we just don't take that turn. I don't want to spoil a game. What? How do I? All right, I've got the perfect solution. Here we go. All right, I did it. There we go. You don't know what my hand is. We're chilling. There you go. Hide your eyes. No, no, you can't see anything. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you covered. I got you covered. Sorry, I cannot take this turn. Um, I don't mean to mess with you. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about my thought process. So I'm just gonna make a lot of like weird grunting noises. This game has been tough. I was trying out this 5 health gate. It did not work for me. No, 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 don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. I'm gonna grunt. It's gonna be great. No, this'll be fun to chat about how this game's been going too. Because like this, I've been trying out this 5 health gate as cloaks. I've been trying out putting a gate here, just to see how it goes, and it feels like it hasn't been working out for me. Or like you just capitalize on this so quickly, and I'm not happy with how it's gone. Oh, this turn seems hard. Oh boy, what do I do? I could just like not do anything interesting and just like attack you a little bit. That sounds easy. Why are you winning? Can you stop? My deck has so many good cards in it. Oh boy, you're screwed. It has the Eater, it has Monstrosity, it has Sekhmet. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on stream. Crap. Uh, yeah, never mind. This turn sucks. I don't want to take this turn. Um, I've got things to do. It's hard. This Simpson is going down. No, she's not. No, she's not. You don't stand a chance. Simpson's sitting there forever. See, like when turns are hard, like I like to just play like real fast with with casual games, but like when you put me in a corner, like that's when like I click on the turn, I'm sitting on the toilet, and I'm like, that's hard, and then I don't click on it again until tomorrow. I'm sorry about that. Especially, I need to stop playing cloaks. No, I'm getting better at cloaks. Yeah. Do do do. Never mind. Let's we can come back to that one if we so choose. Here, you want to see how my gonna make me sad to even click on it. All right, this was the last turn against my Mongol dwarves. This is don't give me any tips on this one because it's a league game. I should love it on myself and whatnot. But it's not. We're not happy. I was like, it's only 4 dice, and now it's 5 dice, and now it's 6 dice. They could have just missed the first one. That would have been so good for us. I didn't even realize that. But like, Madka's bad. Like, this is a skill issue. I played this game terribly. Um, well, what's my deck here? Okay, we have a deck. We just need to get going here. Like, we just need good. We need good stuff. It's a tragic turn, but it's like it's so like it's like come on. I have Thune adjacent to a summoning spot. Like I did it because it allowed me to wipe the board last turn, which was like real hot. But boy, is that not where Thune wanted to be. And like Thune doesn't even have it, like anything good to his name. I wonder if I just like playing a very weird anti-carrier. Like I am not playing a Fungal Dwarfs game. Right? What if I like do Cooldock and Maldar there? That's very silly. I'm not even killing this warrior. This is gonna be infected for sure. Like, what sort of options do I have here? I mean, I can retreat. Okay, like probably realistic. I could do like this. I could just like take a mage butt shot. Um, I can also I can't summon mage and Maldar, which is unfortunate. Um, I do have stim shrooms. Honestly, if I had a demand in hand, I would. No, I can't. Couldn't quite go for an assassination. We're close. We're close. I like Maldar here. The problem is I don't want to. If I'm exposing Cooldock, I only want Cooldock exposed on two sides. Let's see, Purge, Blood Summon, and Hellforged. Okay, there's been one of each played, so we could be in the naughty zone. We could also be chilling. All right. Do I want to learn from what I just saw and like take a turn to like step back and like release some spores instead of just plowing forward like an absolute idiot? That seems like a that seems like a leading question. Um, do I want to save Maldar a turn and just like do this sort of thing? Just kill a few boys, probably not even a few boys, and hope to get our fungal engine churning. Um, hope to like get some beasts out at some point. Gonna have Maldar next turn to help with that. Could put Maldar up this turn. I mean, we have the same sort of choke point set up, or we could if we want to. Uh, we're totally pivoting strategies to um what we saw they were doing that works on stream. Or what we saw Vexer doing. It's good though. If I wish I had one more magic to like hit this with Maldar and then shoot the other carrier. Because this is totally just gonna get infected, but it's like buying time for other carriers is the idea, I guess. Um, all right, it's all right. Uh, yeah, let's go for it. What do we discard? Stim shrooms and eat Maldar. Yeah. All right, good stuff. And we got the two release spores. Good stuff. See, this is see like when I'm streaming, I'm just like this turn's good enough. I don't want to think about it anymore. So that's good. Like literally, right? Like I was like well, if you watch here, I'll show you what my other turns were like. Yeah, it's just like I was like, huh. So the way this other guy was approaching this matchup was way better. Yeah, this whole thing has just been a scam for me to uh figure out how to take my turns. Like thanks, Cherez. So like it just has not been going well this game. Start with this. Like we're sort of trying to do a push and like establish a mid board. They get a 5-on-5 on our gate, I think. We just keep getting obliterated. I'm not setting up any sort of fungal engine in the back, and then the rest is history. And then now we're here. But maybe next turn we could get some carriers. up, we can get some beasts. I don't know. But the problem with this is like maybe we wanted to just commit to our strategy. Whoops. And like send Kuldak there and Maldar there, and just like our strategy was just don't give infacts. That is that strategy, but yeah, no, we checked the cheat sheet. Cheat sheet said do this, so that's the plan. On the other hand, look at this. We're just big chillin'. I mean, that hand is less than ideal. I have not seen their turn yet. Can you move Kuldak within range of my warrior? Pretty please? I get the feeling that Kuldak is not going to end this turn within range of my warrior. Would be real nice if it did, though, huh? God, I'm just like frothing at the mouth at the idea of being able to have this warrior swing like 9 dice on that on Kuldak. 11 dice. So many dice on Kuldak. Come on, it's so close. If we just had a purge. We just had a purge. If we just had a purge. Alright. Guess we heal Rhett. Had a pretty good heal on Rhett. Getting our carriers out there. Putting a Hellforge on this carrier could be worth it. They're 2-on-2. Decent chance to hit, so maybe not. Maybe we just let it be. Um, Finally got another gate. Does Rhett move up? It could do like this, this, this. And I mean, just hope we hit this and then are able to attack. Um, some monstrosity coming out next turn. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, I guess so. Oops. Bad. Um, I sort of just assume monstrosity is always gonna exist and there's nothing I can do about it, which maybe isn't the brightest outlook, but you know. I could definitely have this carrier. I could put a Hellforge on it. I kind of like the sound of putting Rhett closer to the action. Just because we can. It seems very cheeky, doesn't it? It's and very dangerous. Hmm. Hmm. Not entirely sure about this one. Do we want to discard this cultist? I guess since we don't have like a purge or anything, we'll just discard it. Carrier to that. Rhett being there seems a little bit superfluous, but like it also seems good. Maybe compromise and go like one spot back. That seems good. Hellforge, we could just not spend the Hellforge here and save the Hellforge to one-shot the monstrosity. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? If the monstrosity does come out next turn. I'm sorry, how much did they actually prioritize making this guy a monstrosity? Let me take a look at that. They've got to get in their mind. Oh yeah, this is such a monstrosity. Okay. Yeah, I mean double Hellforged is what we need to deal with monstrosity for sure. Yeah, we totally monstrosity right now. Um, yeah, I mean we just pray for the infect and go from there. And if we don't get it, that's fine. If we don't get it, we just kill it with the other warrior, I guess. I almost wish at that point this warrior is here to like occupy that spot. Maybe that's better. Maybe I don't need Rat Alpha spot. Like, this is close enough. I think that might be better because this carrier kind of gets in the way. Yeah, they pinged it with the mage, and I just assumed. Yeah, I wasn't watching, but yeah, once I saw that ping with the mage, I'm like, oh yeah, no, 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 that's a that's a monstro, and they're right. There's nothing I can really. I mean, there would be some like purge, like blah 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 blah. Undead archer player that would get to it, but not here. There ain't. Um, See, that does just present them. No, see what I actually don't like about this is that it just presents them with a target over here. It lets Monstro go here to attack something. I want Monstro to have to go to that spot because I can deal with the Monstro there, especially with two Hellforged in my hand. I mean, it's such a meme, but like the meme that I like. Not raising dead anything this turn. I guess not. I could just raise. I mean, I could raise a warrior there. I mean, I kind of might as well, huh? No, no, no. It would have to be back here or something because I did move up a spot. Yeah, I mean, looks good. Looks good. Holding the double health forge is weird, but I'm a fan. Let's do it. We really want this 2-on-2 to hit. We've gotten pretty lucky so far, so every time. You just kind of gotta believe. I don't know, like skill issue. And then we kill a mage. I guess the Monstro only has to go there. But this is good. This is good. I'm gonna discard the cultist because I believe in the world I'm trying to build. And that's good. Uh Decent hand. Probably wait on it a little bit. Please don't kill Daymar. Please don't kill Daymar. Oh no. This is so bad. Daymar is dead. Daymar, no. I've made mistakes in my life. Well, that's how it goes. I'm sending them another link. uh, let's see. Yeah, I feel like I thought I was gonna be able to summon something that turn, and like it didn't quite work out. Um, yeah. I mean, I can't beat myself up that much. Like I was like, I thought I was gonna be able to protect myself that much. I mean, I'm just sort of playing casual games, and uh, that was, yeah, it's, it'd be like that sometimes. I think this turn was tough. This has been a really tight game, with Sammy. Finally working on our 10 health gate. Damage by damage. I like it. I like it. Uh, Sparks. I think I want to let Sparks die and then scavenge him. I could have Clink eat the parapet. Um, Clink eat the parapet. I could have Sparks go here, Crust go here. Spark Crusk attack, then Sparks attack. That doesn't work though, unfortunately. I mean, we could do the same thing here where Sparks attacks and then Crusk attacks, but that's got some obvious was. I mean, does it though? Can they punish that? Krusk is at 7 health and we just domed them for 6? Plus the turret? Pretty nice. I mean, I think I'd rather take the passive play here. Um, I don't know. Krusk is only up against 3 range dice, like maximum here. It's not that bad. It's not that good either, though. Hmm. We could detonate sparks this turn. Would be worth it. I kind of want to save the detonator for the gate unless we need, in case we need it. In case we need anything weird to happen. Oh, you know what we could do? We could put Clink here, and then we could Sparks attacks, Krusk attacks, structure, gate moves in front. That'd be funny. We could put Clink here, Scavenger here, and do the same thing. Clink's exposed then, but like, eh. That's a free Scavenger kill. Um, I mean, this seems like the most like annoying play for them to have to deal with would be just like Clink here, and then I just attack, move, attack, turret, turret, and call it a day. Link destroying this though is pretty good as well, and it repairs everything within 3, right? So uh, put Sparks here, put Krusk here, Krusk attacks and then retreats, and Gate moves to the side over here. That's pretty tough to respond to. I mean, I guess they go after Clink, but how really? There's a lot of options here. I mean, what's the best thing to do? Like, do we want to stop them from maybe being able to move that parapet into a good spot? Um, it's really if we do the Clink play, it really is a lot, and maybe we do a scavenger there actually. Maybe we do a scavenger there. It really is a lot of value. Like it's just a lot of dice on Spara, right? They've got to be very careful from now on. And Rusk is not going to be punished for this. Like, feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. I can't play Sparks again next turn if we detonate, but wait, we can wait on that. We can wait to reclaim Sparks. We'll reclaim something. Oh no, Sparks can't. No, this doesn't work. Cause Sparks can't attack Sfara. Hmm. Um, I mean, I sort of like Clink here because, like, what are you gonna do about it? They don't really have a great way to like to power Clink down. So this seems all right. Um, yeah, I mean, we could do what we just did, except exposing Krusk. That seems bad. Repair is good here. Yeah, let's just do this. Nice. Let's attack. Let's gunner. And let's get out of there. Let's gunner. And get out of there. And yeah, good stuff. Sand goblins are so satisfying to play. Their playstyle is so funny. Looks good. And I think that's going to do it for me today. Um, yeah, thanks for coming by. I'll be back. I might be looking for people to come, for people to play games with. Like either tomorrow in the afternoon or like Thursday afternoon or evening. So let me know if you're interested. And otherwise, I'll definitely be on like Friday in the afternoon and Saturday for a scuffle at like 4. So yeah, thanks for coming by. I will catch you later. Bye.